This is how to properly assemble a network cable. These are the things you need. First, the network wire. Check the quality of the wire is correct for the particular instance. Ensure the wire is appropriate. Do you need mesh or armor, solid core or copper coated? In all cases, the wire can be no longer than 100 meters in length. Next, the RJ45 chips, one for each tip. Next, a crimping tool or a punch of 8 threads for network cables. Fourth, pliers or cutting tools. Finally, ideally, you need a network cable tester. This is what you're going to do. Step 1. Cut one end of the cable neatly. Then remove 3 centimeters of outer coating. Now, carefully check that you didn't damage the wire internally while you cut it and remove the coating. Step 2. Position the filaments following the desired color sequence. Here we follow the Norm B arrangement. Norm B is white-orange, orange, white-green, blue, white-blue, green, white-brown, brown. In some cables, the pairs can be differentiated with the intensity of the colour, for example, light orange and dark orange. For shielded cards, use a network cable with an earth conductor wire and make sure that it has a stable contact with the metallic coating of the card. Step 3. Stretch the filaments until they are parallel with each other. Trim the filaments neatly at 15 millimeters, which is the distance between the cable fixing lock and the top or bottom of the card. With the contacts on the tab facing up, insert them carefully so they do not bend during the procedure. This position is important so the sequence of colours is not inverted. Check that the 8 copper wires shine on the top of the chip. Make sure that the outer sheath goes beyond the plastic lock. This latch forms a more stable connection between the tab and the cable, so the filaments do not have to resist friction or pull. If the outer sheath does not enter the lock, so the tab and the cable coincide and the tip stops at the bottom, carefully repeat the actions until this is achieved. With some double sheath cables, it may prove impossible. In those cases, you can trim the first pod and use only the second to lock the two together. Step 5. Check the colour sequence again. The filaments often move and it's very important that their sequence is correct. If the colour sequence is correct, carefully place the crimper in position, checking all the time that everything remains in place. In the case of the armoured tokens, remember to ensure the contact between the chip and the grounded wire. Then press the clamp firmly until it closes completely, once or twice. Remove the chip from the clip and check again. Step 6, final step. Lift the plastic strip from the back slightly so it locks into the female connector. When locked, this lock should make a dry noise. If it doesn't, it's probably not sufficiently raised. Now you must do the same set of steps at the other end to then test the continuity of the contact from end to end. If the cable is correctly assembled, when connecting two computers together, the link between them should work. If the link doesn't work, use a tester for network cables. This consists of 2 parts. It does not matter how far they are physically from each other, since they use the same filaments to confirm their continuity. Before starting the test, make sure that the cable is not connected to a power source. This could damage the tester. Place each of the parts of the network tester at the ends. It is indistinct one or the other extreme. Check both to turn on each of the lights from 1 to 8 without skipping or reversing the order of any light. In addition to the numbered lights, there's an LED that says G or GND or ground. That light should also be turned on when you are testing an armoured chip. If you do a wrong sequence, identify the faulty end and rearm it until both devices connect correctly.